2017, when I joined the club, the objective of the club was to go into new business areas because Eintracht Frankfurt off the pitch is and fortunately was very successful. So we are like totally sold out within traditional sponsorships and marketing before Corona, and we had now our first match after the Corona pandemic restrictions. And we again had 50,500 spectators in our stadium. So our stadium capacity is 51,500. So also before Corona, and fortunately also now after Corona, we are more or less always sold out. So therefore, there's not so much growth potential in that as well, like in ticketing.
Right.
So these are the main levers, right? Besides media income, media revenues that are marketed in Germany centrally by the league. You cannot really influence that from a business side. So like the two main levers, which is sponsoring and ticketing, there was not so much growth potential at that time. So of course, the club could have said, well, I mean, we are doing good business. Let's just continue that the way it was like the last 123 years. That's how long Eintracht exists already. But we see that the competition, or we saw at that time that the competition is changing. More and more investor-led clubs are joining the Bundesliga. I mean, you see that in Leipzig, you saw that in Hoffenheim. Of course, before that, you had Wolfsburg with Volkswagen, you had Bayer with Bayer, the pharma company behind that. You see that now with an investor joining Hertha Berlin. So you see that more and more clubs are bringing in investors, and of course, they have now money coming from externally that, for example, we don't have. What we of course want to do is still compete on the pitch with these clubs. We are now qualified quarterfinals of the Europa League. 2 years ago, we played against Chelsea, like in the semifinals of the Europa League. We won the German Cup in 2018. And of course, we have this ambition to be very successful in the sports field. But to be successful on the sports field, of course, you need a specific or a certain amount of money to get the best players. And this is, and we don't have these external investors involved in Eintracht Frankfurt. So therefore, we decided, well, if there's not so much growth potential anymore on the traditional sports business side, then we have to be more innovative, in our case, more digital than others, and go into totally other fields of business. And this was, in our case, digital-driven business models. And therefore, we started that as a project in 2017. And then it grew. And 2.5 years ago, we founded an own company, an own subsidiary, EINTRACHT TECH. You already mentioned that, which I have the pleasure and honor to be the CEO of. And this tech company is now one of the most important business pillars, strategic pillars of Eintracht Frankfurt, which has the objective to generate additional revenues, which then we can give to our sports department. Let's put it like that in a very, very simple way.